Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be doing an air sign reading. So if your sun, your moon, your rising, your Jupiter, or you're a cross watcher, or you have a lot of things in the house of that air sign, then this can resonate with you, okay? So these readings were a little different than my other ones. I was going more in depth with each card, so I'm not pulling as much. I'm not going as fast as I usually do, just a heads up. So I'm going to take this because I feel like it is significant. So I'm going to kind of analyze the cards a little bit more than I usually do, all right? So I'm going to pull 3 tarot to see the main energies going on with you guys right now for air signs. Wow. Okay, so very significant to pull this 3 of Swords, and I don't pull it very often. A lot of Swords energy, which makes sense because you guys are ruled by swords, but it also could be like you're really deeply in your thoughts, okay? But I feel like you guys are, what's interesting is I have a 2 of Swords and a 3 of Swords here, so there's like a progression. So I feel like you could have maybe been in this like indecisive, conflicted state, and then I don't know why I'm getting this message, then you found someone and you thought that was the answer, and then they broke your heart. But then we have Wheel of Fortune here too. I feel like just before I delve into all of this, with all these readings I've done, well, the water and the fire, I see a progression with the 3 cards of like, it was this, and now it's going to be this, which is really cool because eventually you guys are going to be at a Wheel of Fortune where the wheel's going to turn and the possibilities are kind of endless. And I feel like it's saying that get ready, because even if you guys have been in a heartbroken state, things are going to change like that, and they can change like that. And on this wheel, you have a house, you have a heart, you have the sun, you have a star. It's all really cool stuff, okay? It's different than the other Wheel of Fortune, so I like that. It's all pretty positive. I feel like this heartbreak was supposed to prepare you because you're right on the brink of like your destiny here, okay? But starting with the 2 of Swords, I kind of feel like you guys were like shooting in the dark. You weren't really sure where you were going. You might have met someone when you were just like in this very blinded space, okay? You might have met like your twin flame when you were not ready to meet someone. You might have been at your lowest. You might have just been very confused and conflicted. You might have been coming out of a heartache, and then you hit the bullseye and you thought, this was my person. How did I find them? I wasn't even looking. I wasn't even, well, that's how it happens, right? But then it ended up in this heartache where you spent very many nights alone in your bed with your heart wrenching. And it's just weird that I say that because I'm looking at the card. I'm not thinking of, you know, my own personal thing, but I remember with things with my twin, I would literally feel like I was in bed and there was like an elephant standing on my heart, or someone squeezing my heart, like a chest pain I never had before. And I feel like that's what has been here with you, okay? I feel like part of this heartache was to help you do creative things out of it. Like there's a journal here, get in touch with yourself. You really were forced to go on this spiritual journey that maybe people around you never had to go on, never will go on, never understood, okay? Now, when you're comparing your life to other people and it seems like, well, they didn't have this heartache, or they just found like the happy family, or things worked out, but they might not be on the same spiritual mission that you're on. And unfortunately, sometimes it's lonely at the top. But when I say the top, I mean you guys are evolving to a higher level. And everyone experiences heartache in this world, but there's certain kind of soul connections that are very heart-wrenching that can really, you know, alter your world and yourself in significant ways. But then I see this Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like you guys need to prepare for the unexpected, because I feel like the possibilities right now are endless, especially we just started the new year, okay? Some of you guys could be dealing with a Sagittarius, and it could just take you on this wild ride, all right? But I feel like you guys are going to come out of this heartache, all right? It's not going to last forever. And everything in life is a cycle. So you might end up back to this where you're hitting the bullseye and you're once again coming across some very unexpected target of someone that you never thought, okay? So just hold on tight, because I do feel like this ride is about to get bumpy, but in a better way, if you guys have felt like you're at like a standstill here, okay? So I'm going to pull from Healers of the Earth Oracle and just get some more messages for air signs and where they're at right now, okay? Be sure to like, subscribe, share my channel as well. That would mean a lot to me. And hit the bell, because I have been jumping on and doing live readings, okay? Okay. Unretrieved soul, lost self, lack of grounding, out of body. I feel like that's what this situation kind of made you feel like, okay? Other things could be making you feel that way. Things that you never used to feel that way about. So it might be time for doing a lot more grounding work, which could be writing, like the journal, could be going outside and being in nature. But you guys might be going through out of body. I feel like that's also part of the spiritual ascension. Quarantine, retreat, seclusion, and inward journey. Some of you guys might feel like you're very alone with this heartache, and you might have at one point had people around you, but it seems like everyone kind of went away and you're being forced to go inward. But that's also part of letting go of like attachments and to things that you rely on, because you're evolving to this higher level of like really only needing yourself, which, you know, could be challenging. But, and then we've got ocean of love, deep love, caring, and emotional support. So while you might feel like you're being like abandoned by the universe, I feel like you are being love supported, even if you don't see it. And I don't know, I feel like some of you guys might find a relationship with a water sign here too, with this ocean of love. I feel like it's very watery. Obviously it's an ocean. But if you look beyond what you feel maybe lonely about, you might be able to find that there are things supporting you. You are supported by the universe here, okay? All right, so I'm going to pull from this Mystic Moon Oracle deck, and then I'm going to use the Whispering Woods Oracle as well and get some clarity from it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use the Elqui Oracle instead with the Mystic Moon here, okay? So I feel like you guys, you know, it might feel like a very lonely journey, but you're being called to something. So if there's something in your soul that feels like it's like gnawing at you and it's telling you like, I need to do this, and you don't know why, I would listen to that, because if you're alone, you're being given time to really work on yourself and your mission. And like I said, it's lonely at the top. I feel like you might notice as you get more successful in your mission, you get lonelier. So just know, just keep on track there, okay? So we've got Observer and She Who Waits. Patience, waiting, and determination. I feel like you guys are trying to get the answers here. I feel like patience right now is very key to knowing that the wheel is going to eventually change. You're going to find that ocean of love, okay? It could be with the person you're already dealing with, like I said, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, but I feel like you guys are in this sit back, observe, and see what comes to you kind of energy here. And that could also be what your masculine is doing as well. If in the past you've acted a certain way, they might be seeing like, is she changed? Like, let me see, let me wait and see and watch and see what happens, okay? You got balancing the scales. So like this is an air sign reading, but when I see this, I specifically think of Libra. So this could be talking to you. And She Who Hesitates, ponder, delay, and confidence. I've never actually gotten this card in this deck, but this is very interesting because my Mars is in Libra, and that's what I do. That part of me with a Mars in Libra, the Libra is very hesitant to make any moves. They're like the opposite of Aries, which are quite aggressive and assertive. So I feel like there might be some confidence issue in making a decision, but you also might be trying to balance both sides and really determine what the best course of action here. I think that's very similar to the Wait. So I feel like you guys are in this, you were really heartbroken and now you're kind of hesitant to move forward, okay? But it's okay. If you're a Libra, that's what you need to do is like, not balance the scales, but there's another word I'm thinking of. I don't know, like, deliberate, okay? Like, you're deliberating. So that's all right to make the right decision. And that's the energy I was getting in the beginning with the swords, is like very in your thoughts and making sure you're making the right decision. This is she who doubts, fear, wariness, and trust. This is very consistent, these three cards. And not a lot of them are the same in here. She who waits, she who hesitates, and she who doubts. So I feel like you guys are in this very weary energy, like you don't trust things, but it makes sense because you were very heartbroken, okay? So I feel like the person you're dealing with is going to have to come forward and make more moves because you're not going to. And I feel like that's understandable because they might have really hurt you in the past. I'm going to pull a couple more from this twin flame and see what other messages I got from that for their energy, okay? So what else is going on with the masculine side that you're dealing with? Victim and fifth dimension, okay? So they might be wanting to establish, and we hate hearing this because it's not tangible, but this is part of your spiritual growth. They might want to just establish more of a connection in the 5D realm because it might feel safer to them, and they might feel like it's safer to you after the pain you've been through. So through dreams, through songs, through telepathy, through just feeling their energy, okay? I feel like they're reaching out to you. So if you're seeing their name, this is their higher self. A lot of us sometimes think, but he told me or she told me like they're not into me or whatever, or like they don't want to talk to me. But this is the higher part of them that is energetically connected to you. And you might be seeing their initials. You might be seeing numbers associated with birthdays or something like that. But those are all ways that this person's communicating to you. I feel like in their lower ego self and their non-higher self, they feel like a victim. So that's also what I feel like is making them hesitate and keep back from you as well. So they need to get out of this victim role, and they might feel like they victimized you with that 3 of Swords. So they also need to release the pain that they caused you by, you know, you guys releasing it as well. So there's a lot going on there, but I'm getting a pretty clear message with the heartache and the victim and then the spiritual lesson. But I love the Wheel of Fortune came up in the beginning of your reading. All right, so last but not least, I'm going to pull Twin Flame Messages Volume 2 and see what this person wants to communicate to you from their higher self, okay? You're the only person who truly gets me. A lot of signs are pointing to lately. That's what I was just saying, guys. And I don't think I could take your reaction right now. They feel victimized. They know they did you wrong, okay? I love that I got this because I was just saying a lot of signs are pointing to you. That also could be the Wheel of Fortune had all those different images. Those could be signs that you're both seeing. And you're the only person that truly gets me. So deep in their heart of hearts, I feel like they really care about you, but they also don't want to deal with what they did to you. And that would be your reaction to them. So it's very clear to me, this connection, what's going on. But I feel like it's also happening because you're learning ways of nurturing yourself that you didn't have before, okay? So, air signs, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.